uh, at the Netherlands Consul in Kolkata. I am honored and I am delighted to be speaking at the launch of this incredible book titled Jader Desh Bole Kichu Nei by Shatarupa Bose. It is indeed rare that we have a person hailing from Kolkata, living in the Netherlands, writing a book in Bengali on a matter that Europe has been grappling with, including the Netherlands. The book, and I have to confess, I haven't read it. I had informed you that I have a distinct disadvantage when it comes to reading in Bengali because my Bengali was very basic learning that in school. So I am looking forward to your English edition. But from the excerpts that I have gone through, I've understood the premise of this book. And this book focuses on giving a voice to asylum seekers and sharing their personal stories. And it's a reminder, a timely reminder of the human angle in the European immigration crisis. I'm curious to know, Shatarupa, as to what inspired you to pick this topic as a subject matter for a book. And I hope to get to that answer by the end of the evening. For all those who are familiar with geopolitics, you will be well aware of the European immigration crisis, which has been a pressing issue for years. Political and economic instability, wars, and persecution of minorities. In certain countries like Iraq and Afghanistan and Syria and Ukraine in recent times, to name a few, have contributed to families fleeing in search of a safer future. And while Europe provided that security and solace in the initial years, we have also seen the mentalities harden in recent times. The Netherlands has been nevertheless at the forefront of providing a safe haven for asylum seekers. And the public discourse surrounding asylum seekers often focuses on processes, the social and legal issues, and political decisions, often driven by numbers. And I understand that in the Netherlands, the last year, I don't know if your research shows the same thing, but the figure was about 40,000 people applied there. And this book seeks to move away from the beaten narrative by giving a voice to the people behind the stories, and that makes it unique. I dare say, at the risk of being a little controversial, that the majority of societies do not look at asylum seekers very kindly, who are often looked upon as a burden and as a nuisance. And it appears easy to make that judgment from one's cocoon of comfort and security, living in a peaceful community. And there is therefore a tendency to dehumanize this phenomenon, and this book is a counter to that. It shares the raw, honest, and sometimes heartbreaking stories of asylum seekers. The book delves into the real-life stories of individuals who have faced immense challenge to seek refuge. And it's also true that asylum seekers at times fall into criminal activities and face mental health issues, all of which make crossing over and integrating into a much bigger struggle. The largest number of asylum seekers land up in Spain, in Italy, in France, and in Germany. The Netherlands nevertheless gets its fair share of asylum seekers, and the Dutch government, as I understand, has implemented policies aimed at supporting asylum seekers by providing housing and healthcare. However, it is also a fact that the new coalition government has been far less encouraging of asylum seekers, and that is the new reality. And there is ongoing debate about asylum policies, and these get shifted based on government changes, public opinion, and EU-wide discussions. This book, however, underlines the challenges faced by asylum seekers in the Netherlands, such as navigating the asylum process and accessing essential services, but it also highlights the importance of recognizing the humanity of asylum seekers and providing them with dignity and respect. I'd like to end by saying that this book is a powerful reminder of our shared humanity. Asylum seekers are not just numbers, not just statistics, but they are real individuals having dreams and fears and untapped talents. Their stories remind us of the profound struggles that defines our existence. Thank you, Shatarupa, for giving me this privilege and for your grit to take on this tough and sensitive subject and to remind and inspire all of us that Asylum Seeker should be seen in the new light. I wish you all the very best for the book and I look forward to your English edition.